All right, guys. Hey, welcome to the Dragon Drive News, your source for news and entertainment on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. We're a little bit late this morning. Apologize about that, guys. Welcome in here. We're going to talk about a new event in Australia. We're going to talk about the sixth summer schedule. We're going to talk about our PRI plans. Hot Rod Magazine has made a big change. We got Sweet Patina built for Dragon Drive, and the Howard's Cams comedy segment this morning is absolute fire. Eric has put together some amazing memes from there. And we're going to also talk about a funny post. A gentleman has been making wild posts all day yesterday. It was huge entertainment. So we're going to have some fun with that. So, all right, Eric, let's hit this intro video and get this thing started. Dude, I'm excited about this week. This is going to be kind of fun. You and I have been so busy all week between family stuff. You were off from work all week. You didn't do any like of your day job work, but dude, you absolutely crushed it on the circuit, on everything that we do behind the scenes. You've been absolutely busy, but guys, we'll let Eric talk about that here in just a second. My name is Mike Narks. I am the host of the Dragon Drive Show, which happens on Wednesday nights, and the Dragon Drive News, which is what you're watching or listening to right now. And I would say I'm a Dragon Drive statistician. I literally live in spreadsheets all week. That's what I've worked on all week, and then also promoter and announcer. Eric, introduce yourself. Tell them what you got going on, bud.
I am Eric White, your co host for the Dragon Drive News and Dragon Drive Show. I do a lot of stuff with Dragon Drive Addiction. I do a lot of the artwork, like you mentioned, the circuit. Been putting all those returning racers together and posting all of those. I actually got to do a flyer for one of our buddies, so that was pretty
Yes.
exciting. So a lot of artwork type stuff, video, photo editing, stuff like that. And when I'm not helping Dragon Drive Addiction, I'm over promoting my channel, which is 815 LSX Swaps.
Yeah, dude, it's been crazy. I feel like we've built a good team here, and it's only getting started. Well, guys, we couldn't do that without you guys, our race car friends. Listen, you guys are a big part of this. This is what support looks like when we're out here doing this. This is our 103rd or 104th live stream to do in 2023. Absolutely crazy. We're going to be in the one teens by the end of the year because of how many times we're going to go live at PRI. Listen, we couldn't do that without you. The support you had guys have given has been crazy. We've had a record shattering year. We've attended more events, we've talked to more people, and we've had more fun than I know I ever had in the past. I mean, Eric, is that the same for you?
Oh, absolutely. This year's
Yeah.
been wild.
Yeah, it's been absolutely insane. We asked one thing. It's like a gentleman's agreement. We ask that you hit the share button for us, guys, as we get this thing kicked off this morning. And we have a huge show Wednesday night. So the more we can tell people about that stuff, the better it will be, the better coverage and all that kind of stuff we have. Also, I want to say thanks to our sponsors, guys. We couldn't do that without you. More event attendance than I've ever even thought about. I've visited 22 racetracks in 2023. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep. Summit Racing, Molly Motorsports, Howard's Cam, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk Classifieds. Guys, we couldn't do it without you. And Eric, I know you visited a bunch more tracks too. You've been on, like, you came to Mocan. This
Yep.
next year, you're going to do Mocan and Ozark Raceway Park. I mean, dude, it's been insane.
Yep. And I went to the West Coast for Midwest Drags. I had never been out that way. And we
East
went
Coast.
to East Coast. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
East Coast. I'd never been out that way. And we got to hit some cool tracks out there, one of which got closed down. So cool
Yep.
to go visit that before they shut that down. So yeah, lots of new tracks this year for sure.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. Let's get into this thing, dude. Tell us about what you got going on. What's going on today with this here?
Yeah. So Saturday, November 25th is Small Business Saturdays. I thought this would be kind of a cool thing to put in here. I know a lot of people that watch have small businesses. So if you guys have a small business and want to put that in the chats, go ahead and put that in there. And also, if you guys found any good Black Friday deals for car parts or anything car related, throw that stuff in there too so that we can check all that stuff out through Cyber Monday. I don't often promote my personal stuff on here, but since it is Small Business Saturdays, I'm going to go ahead and say you guys know that I do trim rings. So if you guys are looking for a trim ring, small or large, hit me up. Also, got
The
some.
trim rings increase airflow, which is good for drag and drive vehicles. Just saying.
Yep, yep. So, like I said, I've got 24-inch by 6-inch tall. I've got 18 by 3.5 inch. I also have some keychains too. Keychains, stickers, custom, arrive in custom packaging. So anything that you guys are looking for around that, or even just some graphic design work, hit me up.
Yeah, definitely. All right, dude. Well, I want to wish all the small businesses good luck this weekend. I see Scott Guthrie here, Vets Unlimited. Guys, hit that dude up. He is awesome. He let me ride in his car. Actually saved me. Took me from track to track on Race Week 2022. So he's a great dude. Appreciate him doing all that. All right, let's get into it, dude. We've only got one more event for 2023. I'm a little nervous. I tell you, the closer we get, the more anxious I get. I'm not going to say nervous, but this keeps me up at night, man. We
Yeah, it's gonna be huge.
booth. Yeah, we have a booth. We have tons of sponsors. We have obviously all of our sponsors to go by and visit, but we also have to find new sponsors, man. That's one of the reasons we're going to PRI is to spread the word about Drag and Drive. We want to talk with people that are working in the trade show. I mean, more than 40,000 people are going to attend this show. Can we just get 10,000 of those people to walk by the booth? And of those
Right,
10,000, can we get 100 more people into the Drag and Drive community? There's a lot of racers at home that have full blown race cars, but they, the TLX will talk, or the LTX will talk about the upcoming events here pretty shortly. So there's a lot of guys that have full blown race cars, like Pro Mod stuff that I've hung out with at the Midwest Drag Race Series, that also have street cars at home. So we need to, being there, I think, is really going to help us move forward. And it's going to help the community because there's going to be manufacturers there that don't even know what drag and drive is. Can you imagine that? Like people that don't even know this whole thing exists, that we've built this entire brand and community on. People don't even know it's there.
right,
Like,
right.
just wait till they get here. So we've got PRI 2023, booth 4746. You guys have to come see us. And then, of course, do the award show
That's
Thursday,
where it's gonna be at.
11 a.m. We're going to change people's perception of Drag and Drive right here. It's going to be a lot of fun. This whole thing, putting this together, has been expensive and it has been very time consuming, a lot more time consuming than I thought it would ever be. I thought it would be a lot easier.
And
Being
just and not to put any pressure on you, but it is only in 12 days, which means we're gonna leave in 11 days.
Oh man, like dude, I'm telling
Are
you,
are you
that, that
sweating?
that came to about right here. That came to about right here. So listen, come by and see us. Let's run through this list of trophies. We have 30 trophies that we're going to give away. We're doing obviously the Dragon Drive World Champion, first ever. Nobody's ever done a Dragon Drive World Champion point series. We did it for you guys. It's coming out. So we got the prize pack for them. We've got number 1 and 2, or number 2 and 3 in points are getting trophies. We've got top 3 for the top 100. We've got the bump spot for the top 100 is getting a trophy. The Sweet Patina Toughest Roadside Repair, the Molly Motorsports Melted Piston Award, the Dragon Drive Road King, Dragon Drive Ambassador. We're actually giving 3 trophies away for Dragon Drive Ambassadors for 2023. We're giving away top 3 National 8th Mile 235. Okay, so if you're in the top 3 of the 8th mile on 235s, you're getting a trophy. Top 3 8th mile 275. These are national level events, sorry, for what I call 275 plus, which is if you have a 275 tire or larger, because there's some big floppy tires in there too. So if you have those tires, you're on that list. So the top 3 for those 2 lists. the top three for the regional quarter mile, and the top three for the regional eighth mile. We're also doing the number one spot for the 9 second through 14 second racer lists. And oh, sorry, I've already said the Dragon Drive World Champion. I'm just so excited about the like. There's a whole prize pack we're going to give away with all that. So we've went over that a bunch on the show, so we won't run through that mix for everybody. But that's crazy. So you do that. That's Thursday morning. That's going to basically wipe out our Thursday morning, right? So we're going to, we'll go over there. We'll start setting the room up. The earliest we can set it up is 10:30, which means we're going to get there at 10:15 and try and get in early, get everything done up there. Then, we go through an hour of award show. Then we cart around Bryant Goldstone and Brian Robbins to at least our sponsors and maybe some of their sponsors and get pictures, world champion stuff, all that kind of thing. And then, of course, we're back to our booth for a little bit because Mr. Rich Guido is coming over. I'm excited about that. Sorry. Room 209 in Indianapolis Convention Center, room 209 for the Racer Awards. All that sponsored by Summit. We love them. Presented by Summit. They're amazing to us, amazing to the community. Rich Guido's coming over. He is one of the coolest dudes you'll ever meet. If you haven't got to spend some time with him, you need to. December 7th at 2 p.m. He is going to be in our booth 4746 in the Yellow Hall. And then we are going to say bye to Rich Guido, and we're going to run to Howard's Camps, which is right around the corner, booth 3231 in the Yellow Hall. And you and I are going to be at the Howard's Cams booth. And while we're away, Stephen Narks, Adam Green, Colt Beck, Travis Wise, and Red Hat Scotty are going to work out a schedule to where at least two of them can be in the booth at all times while we're away at these meet and greets or talking to sponsors or meeting with potential sponsors. So
we should have printed out some of these cards and we could have gave out autographs on these too.
Dude, that's a good idea. We're only going to sign boobs. Okay.
I'm in.
Yeah. And then Friday afternoon, we're going to be at Summit Racing booth 4401 in the Yellow Hall at 1 p.m. Eastern. Guys, I'm excited about this. This is going to be fun. Summit 2022 was Summit's first year to attend PRI, and they're back again. They are excited. We talked to Tommy, or I talked to Tommy and Jim the other day. They're pumped about coming to PRI. They're actually going to be, they'll be at our booth a couple times throughout the weekend. We're going to, obviously go live as often as we can. So if they have some cool stories, we're going to let them tell it. And then Miss Brittany Friesen is going to come over. Brittany Automotive is coming to our booth Friday at 3 p.m. Now, I will say this is probably kind of up in there on timing. So watch closely. We've got a Facebook event created. We'll also be going live while she's there to kind of talk to her about her Dragon Drive career and also what's the plan is for the Camaro because it just went off to get a new cage and all that kind of stuff. So 3 p.m. Eastern is the tentative plan. We'll see how that plays out. And then on Saturday, dude, this is cool. I want to thank John Meyer of the Get Out and Drive podcast. Guys, he's been a huge help to us. And he sent me something the other day saying that he was going to be on the podcast stage and that he thought it would be a great idea if we reached out to the PRI team. And man, they worked with us. We got on a call with Leanne the other day, and she got us a spot on Saturday at 1 p.m. We're going to be live on the PRI live stream. And of course, we're going to go live to everybody watching at home. But I know either Tommy or Jim from Summit are going to come over and hang out with us. And we're going to talk 2023 Dragon Drive season, what they're looking at 2024 and beyond. Like this ought to be really good because while we have a pretty good idea of what's happening now and what is coming up in 2024, a lot of the information we get is just information provided from other folks, right? So there's not a whole lot of inside track. We do have some inside track with some promoters and racers and things like that, but without us reaching out, we typically find all this information just by digging, right?
Yeah.
You're going to be on to talk about what they know, which is going to be kind of cool to kind of get in maybe some inside knowledge there. So,
and then keep an eye on the PRI Instagram because you and I shot a promo on Tuesday night that they are going to put out on their Instagram, and then they'll invite us as collaborators. So you'll see it on ours as well. So make sure if you see that, hit the like button on that so they know that we got people coming to watch us.
That's right. Yep. And it's my PRI show on Instagram. Great feed, all kinds of cool stuff going on there. So let's see what else we got. I think that's it for the PRI. And that makes me anxious already.
And we had
So much stuff we got going on.
and you had one more podcast that we're going to do that I think we didn't put in here yet, right?
Oh, yep. So Monoxide, which is a great podcast out of Minnesota, is going to come by and actually interview us sometime during the weekend. Tentatively, we have set up Thursday after the show. So maybe on 30 or 40 minutes of one of his episodes coming up. He did the same thing at SEMA, talked to a lot of different folks out there, and then it's going to come by and talk to us. I'm really excited to be able to introduce his community to Drag and Drive, because a lot of his community are, road rally kind of folks, like, Crown Rally and all the kind of stuff that goes along with that. And so I hope that we can bring some of those folks over, because one thing we do know is those folks enjoy driving on the street as well. So
Yeah.
if we can bring some of that community over to the Drag and Drive community, that's what we want to do.
Man, our schedule is going to be busy. We're going to be so wiped out by the end of this.
Bring it on. Here's what I keep telling myself, because listen, I've worked a bunch. You've worked a bunch. It's been very, very, my brain hasn't shut off in weeks, right? But I just keep thinking, man, it's only 3 more weeks. We only have 2 more weeks. We only have 13 more days, until this. So we have literally 17 days of hard push to do what can expand the community so much more.
Yeah.
I can live through 17 days.
And I told you, I feel like once we get back, we're going to be, I don't know, rejuvenated off of everything that we did, that we're probably going to get our second wind and just want to keep pushing even more.
Yep.
We're going to have tons of content to even post when we get back as well.
I mean, it's going to be nuts, and a lot of stories to tell, a lot of folks that we'll have seen and talked to and things like that, a lot of insight that we'll know moving forward. And I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to have new sponsors that we can talk about.
Yep.
Coming from, we already have meetings with several potential sponsors for the 2024 season and beyond. Like, this is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a great time, and we're going to be so busy, and I'm so ready. All right, move us on. What do we got next?
We're going to thank our Summit sponsor, but before we do that, I don't know if you guys saw, but I got my Summit holiday gift guide in the mail. So I was kind of browsing through that. As you guys know, on Wednesday nights, we do a Found on Summit. So there's a lot of cool stuff in here. If you haven't thumbed through it, make sure you do that. And then we are going to play a Summit ad, and then we'll get on with the show.
What's up, guys? Justin here, wrenching away on another awesome project for our YouTube channel. We've done some really cool stuff over the years, like our Baja Bronco build, or our Project 1000 6-liter LS build. Or how about this one, our 57 Chevy Barn Find rebuild with Robbie Layton Nation. We don't want you to miss out on any of the fun on our YouTube channel or at home. That's why we're giving away 3 $200 Summit Racing gift cards you can spend on your very own project. All you have to do is subscribe to our channel and comment on this video. Once we get to 200,000 subscribers, we'll announce our giveaway winners. Help us get there faster by sharing this post with your friends and spreading the word. In addition to project builds, our YouTube channel delivers helpful tech how-tos, celebrity interviews, event coverage, road trip fun, and so much more. All the more reason to subscribe, comment, and share now to enter into our 200 for 200,000 YouTube giveaway. You won't want to miss out on any of our stellar content.
Just focus in on this.
Dude, they're not at 200,000 yet.
Nope, I just checked while it was playing. They're at 199 and 1.9K video, so kind of wild.
That's crazy. Well, Justin was on the show I guess a week and a half ago, and it's crazy. Like just his ability to be in front of the camera and talk about cool stuff. And he's the redheaded dude that was right there. So pretty cool story, a little bit of history we got from him. So it's exciting.
Yep. Buddy of mine here, Will, is saying he didn't get one of these, but he might have already bought all his holiday summit parts yesterday. I love seeing this. I love when people tell us that they are supporting our sponsors, because in turn that just helps us keep pushing. So thank you.
Yep. Yeah, appreciate that, Will. All right, guys, let's talk about 2024 events. We have a new one, and I'm pumped about this because Haul Ass Garage has attended several Drag and Drive events, Hot Rod Drag Week, all that kind of stuff. They've done that a bunch. They're hosting their own now. It's going to be really cool. Obviously, it's in Australia. So I got to get over there at some point, but this would be a good one to do, but I don't think I'm going to be able to make this one because it's the weekend of my birthday.
Yeah.
So March 18th through the 23rd, 3 days of racing and then a shootout and party. It looks super cool. You can find it if you just type in Hard Ass 1000. You'll be able to find it on there. 11 classes based on what I was looking at, and they have a Young Guns class, which I thought was pretty cool. So that's exciting for them to have that, actually host one. And it looked like there's one drive day or one race day, then a drive day, race day, then drive day. And we know that's kind of how you have to do it because it's so far between tracks in Australia.
That's only 114 days away, by the way.
Dude, yeah. Wait till I drop the knowledge on how far Sick Week is.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that here, which is our next event, which is what I was talking about coming up. All right.
And Haul Ass Garage, if people don't know, he's got is it a red or orange? I think Chevelle with twin turbos sticking out of the hood.
Yep. Big block. That car basically lived here for a long time. I don't know if they've shipped it back or not.
Yeah, I saw it at Byron for Drag Week last year or a couple years ago.
Yep. And they had to, I mean, they basically worked on that car every single day to keep it going, 3 or 4 deep in that car all the time. So pretty cool setup. I didn't grab a picture, but Carolina Drag Cruise dropped their rule set yesterday. Looks like there are some class changes that was really cool, and I think it's going to help them grow. Now, he did say they're going to do spring. He gave me some tentative dates, but it said don't say them publicly yet because I don't have them locked in yet. So again, North and South Carolina area, sometime spring, which means, like March, April, May, something like that. So get ready. That's going to be a fun one. They are only doing one event next year. And from what from what Laura said the other day, they're only doing one Southeast Street Meet, and it will be in the fall. And that could be in October, not November like I have on the list. So I've got some updates coming to that because I've got to add the Haul Ass Garage on our list that you can find on dragondrive.com/news. You can scroll down and you can see the 2024 event list updated. Man, sorry. We were out looking at Christmas lights last night and I'm annihilated over here. So congratulations to Haul Ass Garage. Congratulations to Carolina Drag Cruise. I'm excited to be able to maybe announce those on Wednesday night. That's kind of the goal as of right now. Let's talk about Six Summer 2024 because they released the schedule, like the way the tracks are going to work. We've known it was going to be June 9th through 14th. They have a new presenting sponsor. It's Motion Raceworks for this year. And then registration opens next Saturday. So a week from today for, I think, the public, which would be, I don't know how many spots are going to be available at that point because the first one or the fastest 100 single passes of Six Summer 2023 get early entry, and that begins on Monday. So you have that, and then they roll out like we did with the circuit, like an early list. If you jumped on your, expression of interest form early, things like that, then you'll get that link to be able to sign up early as well. So once it goes public, then it'll be interesting to see what actually, how many spots are left. We won't know that obviously, but we'll know if it's sold out or not and how quickly.
And hosting track this year is Byron Dragway. I am super excited about that because that is my hometown track. So anybody that's watching that's from this area needs to go and support Byron and come out. And they've said before, Byron always had a full house for these Drag and Drive events. So I'm excited. I plan to be there maybe for the whole week.
Yeah, we're definitely trying to add this to your list. Eric still has a regular day job, so we got to work around some scheduling with that. The struggle with having so many of these is that obviously you're trying to do that and work and still family vacation in and all that kind of stuff.
And I'll tell you, that's not going to be the job's not going to be the hard one here, guys. Anniversary. My wedding anniversary is right in the middle of this one, so we're gonna have to do something special so I can get out to this one.
Yeah, there you go. I like that idea. So Byron Dragway, we're going to go to Cordova after that, then Tri-State, then Great Lakes, and then back to Byron. These tracks are awesome. These are the tracks they hit last year, and I like to hit new tracks, but I think this is a pretty good idea because a promoter can go into an event or into a track and say, hey, for the next 3 years, we want to come to your place. Let's work out a deal. And a lot of times the promoter can get maybe a better deal that way. I don't know. I think it makes a lot of sense because it allows the scheduling of events. You're already working 2 or 3 years into the future. Plus, it allows for the opportunity to grow a base within that community, because now every year, early part of June, people are going to start looking for, hey, when did those 300 cars come in and through this area? Oh yeah, and then they get to looking at it and they see what this. So
Right. The only
pretty
one I
good,
haven't been to is Tri-State on that list.
dude. We a lot of people struggled with Tri-State last year. They couldn't get the track figured out. That was the slowest track of drag week or Six Summer last year. So I know that Tom had said after that they're going to send somebody over like 2 days before to completely prep the track. So
Nice.
I'm sure that's still the plan, because it really is one of the coolest tracks because of the way the parking is. Like, it's like you're above the track, so you're looking down on the track. So it's really pretty neat that way. And then on to the next one, Redwood Rally, again, happening again in 2024. We made that announcement earlier this year, talking to them, and had Jesse and Heather on both. And we were talking, they said, yes, it's going to happen. Well, now we have a little more nailed down timeline, September 2024. But registration opens in the spring of 2024. I'm going to message them and find out kind of what that means, maybe see if they can give us some insight into dates and things like that, because it's easy for us to talk about the scheduled dates of events. One thing we don't do, and somebody mentioned this the other day, is also give us registration dates. So that's another level of stuff that I'll begin working to keep up with, and what that means, and when you can sign up and where you can sign up. On the website for our event list, it already has the links to the pages for those, whether it be a Facebook page or a website or something like that. Those links are already there, so you can at least get in the general direction of where you need to be for those kind of stuff. So
Yeah,
pretty
this is
exciting.
another event that I'd have on my list. I don't know if I'll be
Oh,
able to make it, but Redwood Rally would be an awesome
yes.
event to attend for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely one on the list. I would love I'm interested to see how it falls with race week. Race week is a staple of what I'm going to attend every year because of that whole family. And
Yep.
so September 2024, we know kind of last year it butted up against the ending day of that, and the first day of race week were the same. So
Yep.
I'm sure they are working with Matt and the tracks trying to figure out what's going to happen with the dates and things like that. So anyways, well, good luck to them. I'm excited to see this. Anytime we can expand it to the West Coast, Death Week was out there, and Redwood Rally was out there. We have the event in Montana this year, Big Sky Race Week. So there's a lot of events that are coming that are going to be on the West Coast. So we're just expanding. We got 3 events in Canada now, and all over. Alaska Speed Week is happening again. So anyways, we'll talk about a little bit of that next week. 64 days, guys. 9 weeks. I asked Alexa this morning. I said, Alexa, how many weeks is it until Sick Week 2024? And she said 9 weeks. Dude, I was like, I haven't even bought plane tickets yet. I'm going to fly down. So I'm anxious, man. 9 weeks, dude. It's exciting.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, 64 days. So if you're not working on your car, just put this in your pocket and go work on your car right now. You have 64 days minus your travel day
Right.
or days to get there to have your car ready to go. 64 days. Insane. Absolutely insane. I can't believe we're 2 months away from the 2024 season kicking off again.
That's right. All right, so we'll jump in. We're going to thank another one of our sponsors, Molly, and then we'll move on to our next topic.
Molly Motorsports is the official piston of DragAndDrive.com. Molly's Power Pack piston is the perfect candidate for your drag and drive car. Molly Motorsports competes in drag and drive events and supports our community. Project manager Eric Grillo raced a 10-second stick shift Nova at Hot Rod Drag Week 2022. He's also competed in Rocky Mountain Race Week last year with his C10 truck. Visit mollymotorsports.com for the most recent line of products.
All right, dude. My goal for next week is to send over a script to Eric at Destroyer 1320 Theft Deterrent Systems to re-record that for Molly. I love the way his voice comes across there. It's perfect. And guys, if you need a way to protect your Mopar, Destroyer1320.com. He has neutral safety strap covers available.
Yep.
Word about here says 9 weeks. I need to book my rooms. You certainly do. Certainly do. I will say, let's talk about that for just a second. This is off topic completely. But we've decided we're going to extend this show to an hour, so we've got time. So maybe. So here's the thing. Used to, I booked rooms every day. You know what I mean? Like I had to have a room, all that kind of stuff. I don't book rooms anymore. Jesse Fox has shown me the way on camping. So if I drive, I keep a lot of stuff with me and I just camp. But then the hard part about drag and drive events is you don't know where you're going to be. So
Hmm.
you don't, it's like Brian told the other day, they were on um, Southeast Street and he had their room booked, but ended up sleeping in the car because they worked on it till 4 a.m. So like,
Right.
I mean, that was a waste of, I mean, I don't know what kind of hotels they stay in, but let's say it was $100. That's a waste of $100. And it's the mental aspect of that. Now, I understand booking hotel rooms last minute for some folks is very difficult, but I've never ran into a situation to where I have not found a hotel room. I struggled a little bit when I was on Southeast Street and Eat for the first night because there was a fireman convention in town, but end up finding a spot that had race car friends at it. So I mean, like, I know that'll be hard for you, but that's what's going to happen sometimes. At some event this year, we're not because we don't know where we're going to be. Maybe we find somebody on the side of the road that we need to help, and we got to run around and get parts and all that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah,
so
the thought behind it is perfect. It's just that's one of those things where I'm so used to having my plan laid out. I know where I'm
yeah,
going to be, but it does make total sense because if you're not going to make it to your hotel, like you said, you're out that money. So
yeah. So, and the other side of that too is like, okay, let's just the mental aspect of not making it there. Does that put you in a, are you what, not you personally, but generally, are you wired in a way that you're like, man, I had to get there, and that throws your thought process off subconsciously, right?
hmm
And then you're just not 100% focused. But if you knew going in you weren't going to get hotel rooms until you needed them or you were in a spot, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I mean,
right.
we like Stony, who is probably watching this right now, and I booked a hotel room at 3 a.m. Like it booked me for that day. I was supposed to check in at 3 p.m. that afternoon. The guy had to create a whole new thing. I mean, like it's a whole deal. So it's not abnormal to get to hotel rooms at 3 a.m. Okay, enough of the Rambletron there. Let's talk about Dragon Drive World Champion. I know you guys are excited for Brian Goldstone. This has been one of the most shared pictures in Dragon Drive Addiction history.
And we didn't even get the right one in here.
Oh, nope. So,
We did get his face fixed, by the
yes,
way.
yes,
The shadow
yes.
is gone.
That's right. And looks way better. I mean, maybe. I don't know. So it does look way better like this or fixed, not like this, but fixed. And I appreciate him for doing that. I tried to change it everywhere that I had posted it. So if somebody sees it and it still has a shadow, please tag me in it. Let me know so I can get that post changed. But guys, this was super cool. It's really, I mean, it really came down to the last event of the year, which is what we want. I think like we knew early on, it would take a little bit for folks to kind of chase this, right?
Yep.
Then once they realized how close they were and they were actually had an opportunity to do it, they went for it. And as he said in our show Wednesday night, he typically doesn't do that. He lets somebody else win it and then goes after it. Well, I'm going to blame a little bit of this on Lonnie Tibbs too, because I know he pushed him to do it as well. And I'm glad he did because this couldn't have gone to a nicer person. I mean, Bryant and Brian are both awesome. Rob Sanders was his co-pilot at Six Summer. It's just really cool. And they really worked their butts off to get there, to get Southeast Street and U done.
And then we've already heard at least 4 or 5 people that are already talking about
Yeah.
2024 and
Yeah.
how they're gonna make a push. So that's super exciting as well.
Yeah. He's going to have a hard time defending it. And there's a lot of people that are coming out of the gate swinging. I mean, there's not folks that are going to lay around and wait for this to fall in their lap. They're going after it
But
early and often.
but his benefit is he has entry into just about every national
Yep.
level event this
Yep.
year. So he can go to whatever events he wants to and pretty much get in and race. So that's one
Yep.
advantage that he will have over everybody else.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And anytime we can save that cost is always good. The price pack for this guy is huge. We talked about that on Wednesday night. But I mean, he gets this custom trophy that, guys, it's going to blow your mind. It's released. Cool. He's going to be excited to put it on his mantle. And then, free tires from Mickey Thompson. He's got, custom jackets from Summit Racing. He's got free entry into like all those events you talked about, Southeast Street and the Rocky Mountain Race Week and Race Week, and then Hot Rod Drag Week. That gets free entry into all those. He gets a guaranteed spot on Sick Summer and Sick Week, so that's a huge plus. I mean, there's free torque wrench that's over here on the counter in the podcast room. All kinds of cool stuff, and there's stuff I'm missing. I know he gets a whole swag pack from Drag and Drive Addiction, which has a hoodie and shirts and hats and all that kind of stuff from us that has some special stuff to it as well that we're not releasing until I have it in my hand so I can show it and take some cool pictures. And then just the bragging rights that come along with being the first ever Drag and Drive World Champion.
That's right.
So appreciate that. Runner up, Ryan and Tammy Hargett, y'all, power couple. I wrote an article yesterday about them. Just absolute. Went in and did it. They were kind of in the same boat, but they didn't get their season started until Summit Racing Midwest Drags in July. So they didn't even start their drag and drive season until July. And by the time, Bryant had already had a DNF at Sick Week and then had won the overall at Sick Summer and his class and all that kind of stuff. So pretty interesting deal there. And then number 3, Mr. Corey Thompson and his son Logan. I meant to change the artwork to show his son Logan because Logan, his 11 or 12-year-old, attended with him on both Rocky Mountain and Race Week in the car. So pretty cool setup there. So number 3 in points, and really led. He was the leader after Rocky Mountain and after Race Week until we went to the Southeast Street Meet. So pretty amazing. So congratulations to them. Again, we're going to go over all of that in the awards show at PRI. We're going to give all of those 3 folks trophies. We're going to give the prize pack to Bryant, obviously, whole big thing. And we have, this Summit Racing was nice enough to give jackets for Rob Sanders and Brian Robbins. So they'll also have Drag and Drive World Champion swag to wear as well, not just the racers. So that is one thing I really tried to focus on for 2023. But guys, I'm going to tell you, it just got out of hand. There's so many racers. There's more than 2,300, almost 2,400 racers just in national level events that I need to get co-pilot names for. So I have, I'd say most, but I have some. But do you know how hard that is? So I think what we're going to do is create a form, and I'm going to be able to add that to our website or post it up or whatever, and that will allow people to they'll be able to give me their co-pilot names of certain events, and that will make it much easier for me to input that for future data, because that's the big thing. That's one thing I want to see next is like, how many times have racers or co-pilots turned into racers? And vice versa. Jeff McConnell and Doc McIntyre are a great example. Doc and Jeff both raced, I think, 2 years together, and then Jeff became Doc's co-pilot. So, how many times have we seen that? These are the kind of information that I get all nerdy with and try and find out, because that's what I do. That's how my brain works. It's like, I don't know, ADHD or something. So I will say most of the Drag and Drive racer lists are updated on the website. I am working through the last few to figure that out and get all of that done, right? So that will come as those lists are populated. I will post them, because those people will also, like number 1 12-second racer list, okay, is Zach Stevens. Him and I are messaging because I'm trying to see if he's going to be at PRI to accept his award. So a lot of that kind of stuff, I'm going through those people and need to make that. And so I'm going to make posts that are coming along that with the artwork relative to that. But I pick up the trophies on Tuesday or Wednesday of this week from Travis Wise at Revved Up Laser Works for the show.
So we are going to blow up social media with pictures for that all the way up until the show.
Yes, it's our plan is at least 2. Well, we'll have to do 2 or 3 daily if I'm not picking it up until Wednesday, because then that's what? Oh man, no, that's a week.
That's a week. And that'll be a week until we leave, because we're gonna leave. Well, we'll need to be there Wednesday.
Where's that trash can? We're leaving Tuesday night. Steven, Colt Beck and I are leaving Tuesday night to drive all night to get there and be there at crack of dawn Wednesday morning, get the
Yep.
booth set up. Because the cool thing about us setting the booth up early, and it won't be hard, it'd be simple. We can run around and talk to other sponsors and meet potential people and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited about being there early, and then all the other stuff that can come from that. So
Yeah, and I'll be
my heart rate just literally was like whoop, 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 whoop.
yeah, and I will leave Wednesday morning from here because it's
Yep.
only 4 hour drive plus an hour time change. So
Yep.
if I leave first thing in the morning here, I'll be there early
Perfect.
early afternoon,
Yeah.
probably
And
even before noon.
yeah, and we'll have the booth all set up, and then we'll just, dude, it's going to be a great time. Okay, moving on. One of the biggest changes in hot rodding history is happening.
Yes,
This is pretty intense. Hot Rod Magazine is going to 4 issues per year. Dude,
that's going to be interesting.
here's something that's crazy. I probably had 2, maybe 3 years of Hot Rod Magazine subscriptions a long time ago, but I'm torn, right? Because I feel like this probably needs to happen. Hot Rod Magazine's pretty thin, been pretty thin for a while. This is going to allow, like Philip Thomas said the other day, more opportunity for more and more in-depth content, more content, but also better stories, more in-depth reporting, things like that. So he's perfectly correct on all of that, in my opinion, and he should know he is a professional. I think this is going to be really interesting to see what happens the first 2 or 3 episodes, because you've had guys that have had hot rod. I mean, if you have a hot rod subscription, tell us how long you've had a hot rod subscription in the chat or in the
Most
comments
people,
below if you're watching this later.
yeah, because most people have had it for many, many years if they
Yeah.
have it.
So I don't think it's going to be immediate. I think what we're going to see is the first episode. Hopefully, they've been stacking issues, right? They've been stacking these information. And the first one will be big, and that will get everybody ready. I hope that we're not in a situation where it's going to be normal up through December or whenever, January. I don't remember when it says, but and then it's like 3 month delay, and then you get the nice one. I hope that the first one they come out with is on the money, and then people are like, oh, this is going to be awesome, and not have to wait for the new one to come out. But maybe they're going to do that because then it builds anticipation. I don't know. It's going to be really interesting. I think this is a move in a direction that is what a lot of folks are going to. I think Sick the Mag made this work and showed a lot of automotive magazines that you can do this and make it make sense. We got the last Sick the Mag, or I got the last Sick the Mag issue, and it's 212 pages deep.
Yep.
Like, are we going to have, instead of an 80 or 100-page hot rod, are we going to have a 200-page hot rod magazine now? And what's it going to look like, and what's that mean for sponsors and ad, people that are buying ads in the magazine? Are we going to have better ads now and more detail within that? So pretty cool idea. Tommy Dupree says he thinks it's a sick idea, so that's pretty awesome.
Are you signed up yet?
For hot rod, I am not. I am going to, though, because I want to be a part of, again, dude, this year has been all about making history, right? And this
Right.
is a historical moment for Hot Rod Magazine. So I am going to sign up for that. I'm not typically a hot rod reader anymore. I'm, I live and breathe Dragon Drive. I mean, it's all I do. People were asking me the other day about NHRA stuff, and I was like, I don't have any idea. I don't watch any of that. I live in Dragon Drive. So I think this will also help with some content creation for them for builds as well, because it's like the TV shows. If they take a season to build one car and show that in one episode, it's way better than maybe building a car over 6 issues throughout the year. This way they could do it in 2 issues, something like that. So it's gonna be pretty interesting to see. And again, historical moment, man.
Right.
So all right.
Absolutely. I'm excited. I'm definitely going to sign up as well because, like you said, I want that first one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yep, the first big one. All right, guys. Sweet Patina, built for Dragon Drive. This segment is a little different this week. I don't have a featured car. I'll feature one from Drag Week next week. I'm not going to talk about which car is going in there, but it's a good one. I'm telling you that much. Sweet Patina came on board here early on, like June of 2022. They came on board wanting to do some, wanting to help us attend more events, wanting to help. Guys, they've given us a code DND57, 10% off at checkout. You got to go over there. You got to check out their stuff. This is really cool products. I know we talk about the shirts and banners and things like that a lot, but they also have, obviously what built them was the Sweet Patina sauce, which is a way to keep your patina car looking good. Now, they also have a lot of other paint care products. They have rebuilding products, like coatings, under coatings, all that kind of stuff. They have all this stuff for it. But I'm telling you, D&D 57, sweetpatina.com. Go over there and check it out. This week is about the Drag and Drive community. Okay. This picture right here was stolen from Rocky Mountain Race Week. I was there. I was actually, like, if you can't see me, but this second shadow, I was under that light. That's that second shadow, getting pictures and a little bit of video that I'm still editing down for my experience at Race Week. This was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. It's Bandamere. It's the last time they were at Bandamere. Huge. I mean, everybody. It was really cool to see everybody funnel down the walkway to come to this shot. So it's really neat to have everybody in one spot. And I don't know. I'm just gonna, I don't know, talk to you from my heart here, because this is what I wrote last night about 1 a.m. So Matt Rice made a post the other day, is Drag and Drive the next no prep? And to me, this is all my experience and my opinion. Okay. My answer is a resounding no. Drag and Drive is not no prep. While we have had an explosion in event growth in the last 3 years, we are still seeing loads of new people come to events. I feel that people look at Drag and Drive much differently than they do a single day no prep race. These events are held as a relaxed, low key, enjoyable time to spend with your friends in your car on the back roads of whichever country you live in. I'd say back roads of America, but it's not that anymore. It's whichever country you live in. These are almost vacations for us car guys and girls, where being the best racer we can be is second or third in our mind. While everyone has a competitive side, these events are more about survival on the road, and getting to make passes is a bonus. Racers are able to visit tracks they'd never make the trip to any other time. They're able to see parts of the countryside that they generally drive past on the interstate at 87 miles an hour in a rush to get to the family vacation spot. You and a bunch of like-minded individuals are nomads for 2 to 7 days, caring for one another, making sure everyone has the best chance to make it to their next destination. This is about community. Drag racers are the best people in the world, but Drag and Drive participants are on another level. As we prepare for another record-setting season, make sure you're here for the right reasons. Make sure you are attending to enjoy the camaraderie, to see friends, to wrench on your hot rod into the wee hours of the morning in a parking lot, to do trailer burnouts, to eat ice cream, and to make memories and friendships that will last a lifetime. Make sure you are built for Drag and Drive. Guys, I'm telling you, this community has been great to me. It's been great to Eric. It's been great to anyone that comes in with the right mindset. Sponsors, anybody that comes in here and wants to be a part of this community, they are welcomed. And it's because the folks that have the right mindset do this because they want to hang out. I mean, really, like, there's a lot of professional style racers that race all the time that do Drag and Drive stuff that do it because of the fun. So make sure you're doing it for fun. As we end this season, look back, think of the stuff. I posted a big album the other day on my personal Facebook page that was 170 pictures almost, that was just adventures and memories and selfies throughout the year. Well, really, it was just selfies. I'll tell you, I clicked on selfie mode and put it in there. And those were, a lot of those pictures came from 170 style pictures, or 170 almost pictures in that album. Like, that'll be the reason I put out so much stuff, is for memories. My memory is not great because I have so much information that's in my brain, but I'm telling you, That stuff is out there because I can look back and I'll get that Facebook memory in 10 years and be like, man, that was the one that started it. So please think, am I built for drag and drive before you start signing up for these? And when you come to the next one, because the off season is a hard place because people are having a hard time getting parts. People are having a hard time getting their car back together in time. And we have 64 days until sick week. If you don't get your car done in time, are you going to be in the right frame of mind to go down and enjoy yourself? But that's all I'm gonna say. I feel like I got a little deep there, but
I think you nailed it.
sweetpatina.com. Well, appreciate that. That's late night thoughts with Mike Nars. So, Sweet Patina, I want to say thank you to them. Blake and the team over there have been awesome to us, and he's really has helped us grow in so many ways. Go over there, just order something. I don't care what it is, just order something. Use the code DND57, 10% off sweetpatina.com. If you don't order something from there, you can also add their products from summitracing.com, who carries a lot of their stuff, the TKO hand cleaning wipes. We're going to have those at PRI with us, so you can use them and test them out right there in person. So again, thank you to Sweet Patina for being a big part of our growth. I mean, they were the first ones to come on and support us.
Yep. I think we need a new segment, that late night thoughts with Michael Narks.
No, we definitely don't need that because there's times where there's a computer hole going to be in the wall. I'll tell you that much.
Well, I think you nailed it. Accepting into the community is 100% accurate. Prior to this, what we've built here, I have been on Dragon Drives, but it was always at, Byron or my local track. I had never actually gone to a full week, and now this year I've done 3 full week events. Obviously not racing, but media coverage and talking to people, and I feel like I was accepted into that, even though I had never done this before. So I think you are spot on with your thoughts there.
I appreciate that. Yeah, dude, it was this year's been crazy. It's been amazing. So, all right, guys, well, as we move into our next segment, which is another sponsored segment, please hit the share button. I know we haven't asked you to do that in about 48 minutes, but let's do that. Let's get some more folks in here because Eric's going to lead us into the Howard's Cam segment.
Yep. And, we were struggling to hit 30 minutes, and now it looks like we're going to be struggling to hit under an hour.
Yeah. Well, hey, Rambletrons, baby.
Well, we want to thank Howard's Cam for coming on board and sponsoring this comedy segment. I always say this is my favorite segment to end the show because we can get a good laugh and enjoy the end of the show before we go about the rest of our weekend. So let's jump right into the Howard's Cam comedy segment. I shared this one yesterday, and since it's Thanksgiving time, I wanted to share it on here. When she asks where the turkey pan is, and you tell her under the race car full of motor oil.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
And this thing blew up for you. This actually got reshared a lot on Instagram and LinkedIn and
yeah,
Facebook.
yep. And the funny story that goes with this one is my wife did ask for something. It wasn't a turkey pan, but it was the turkey baster. And guess where it was? It was in the garage in my oil pan because I use it for sucking out different fluids, and then I had to run to the store and get a new turkey baster. So
That's awesome.
100%
That's awesome.
accurate.
Yeah.
That is not a charger.
Oh, come on. You got
This
to say it
is
in
a
his
charger.
voice.
I'll leave the voice acting to you.
No, I'm not going to do that either. I was going to, but let's stay away from that. I'd butcher it.
So
Yeah,
this one
that's
was
pretty
pretty.
cool.
This one was pretty funny. I got a kick out of this one.
Yeah.
This one's kind of hard to see, but it says guy did his own battery, won't start. And then when you look close enough, you can see the plastic cover is still over the battery terminal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to start like that.
No, it doesn't like that.
You know what's not cool, Bobby? Burning down the turbo car at the tree because your shit runs 12s.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God. This is that or double bulb. The burnout
Yeah.
double bulb.
Yep.
Man,
Yep.
I don't know. Etiquette 101.
And now these ones, I was telling you, I was looking for some good memes this morning, and I came across these ones from the Circuit 2019. So these are all ones that you had posted back in 2019. So I was
Nice.
excited to bring these ones up.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and talking about voice acting, I just want to sit here and shake his face.
Spray as much as you can.
Yes, spray, spray as much as you can. Some do drugs, other pop bottles. We solve our problems with wide open throttles.
Yes. Yes. That's awesome. That's great. And man, individual throttle bodies there on a I don't know what kind of engine that is, but I'm a fan, and it's the right direction, front to
Yeah,
back.
yes, that looks like man, that's tough.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Somebody in the chat tell us what engine that is in that one.
That's not lag. It's foreplay.
I'll guarantee you that little bitty ass turbo right there has no lag.
Right,
Talk
right.
about
That's
lag on a what does that say, 60 or 50?
I can't
Tiny.
tell.
I think that says 60. That's funny.
It's no GT45, that's for sure.
Ah, dude, listen. That's what's on the Narcs cart. Oh,
Yep.
spool, please. Please spool. Come on, come on. About
Is
halfway
that
through second gear's finally like, okay.
is that what's on the old truck too, or no?
No, it's a VS Racing 78, 75.
Okay, because I
Yeah.
got twin GT45s on the Fox body. So if you think one,
Yeah, you better have a huge converter.
this could be us, but you got to get out and video this race
Yeah, that's awesome.
because I need the footage. All right,
Yeah, yeah,
I
it's
need
going
the
on the
footage.
gram.
Yes,
Vertical, please.
when I take this guy to Gapplebee's, I need it. I need it covered.
Yeah,
Hustlers be like all motor.
yeah. No, we don't. We ain't lifting the hood. It's all motor. I promise.
Yep, yep, exactly. Hold it wide open. You'll be fine.
That's a good one.
These were good. And our very last one, this one I've been seeing it a bunch and I love it. You can't just buy yourself car parts and gift them to yourself for Christmas. It clearly says from Santa.
Yeah.
How many people have bought themselves car parts, wrapped them up, and put them under the tree? That's what I
Oh
want to
yeah.
know.
Yeah. I may do that this time. We were talking about budgets the other day, and Melissa was like, kind of where we at? What do we need to do? And I was like, well, new drive shaft's about 300. So factor that in. That's what Daddy's getting for Christmas.
Yeah, for the old truck, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
All
a
right.
little bit, and you guys still got to fix the Narcs cart, man.
I know it's first. The North Shark, my daughter and I, if it gets to 60 today, we may come out and cut the exhaust off so we can start getting the transmission down. All right, guys. Well, you can watch those videos on Narcoleptic Customs if you want to jump over there, guys. I want to say thank you so much for hanging out. I think we are going to uh, push the news to an hour. It's just too hard to cram all of the information that comes from the Drag and Drive community into 30 minutes. Too tough. So, thank you again for hanging out. We've had good views this whole time. Our Wednesday night show was, our Tuesday night show, I guess, was absolutely insane. We've seen more growth from that than we have in a long time. So I want to say thank you for doing that. Thank you for hanging out with us this morning on Saturday. It feels like Sunday. And I want to say thanks to our sponsors, Summit Racing, Molly Motorsports, Howard's Cams, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk Classifieds. Guys, we couldn't do it without them. We couldn't do it without you. That's right. That's right. I'm pointing at you. That's maybe sitting on the toilet or on your couch this morning or listening to this on the podcast. This episode will drop typically the next day is what my goal from now on is. I'm not going to do a ton of editing to these because I feel like a lot of the stuff we cover, like even in the Howard's Cam comedy segment, podcasters would also listen to, and they've probably seen the memes as well. And if not, we'd always love you to jump over on Facebook or YouTube to watch the live stream that is obviously replayed later. So, all right, guys, thank you very much. We appreciate it. We will see you, I guess, in 4 days on Wednesday night as the last episode. No, it won't be the last episode. We'll go live from PRI. Dude.
Yep, it'll be
Oh,
our
man.
last episode before PRI. And then the following week, we will be on site, whether that's in the lobby, in a hotel room, we'll be somewhere, but we
Yep.
will be live together, which will probably be our first time doing an episode in person together.
Yeah, I think it is. I think
Yep.
it probably is. How cool.
So,
All right, guys. Well, thanks a bunch. Appreciate it.
Yep.
We'll see you in a couple days.
Yep. See you guys.